Holy mother of mackerel fuck. Why is my internet being a giant ballsack? We shall find out next time on D&D.
Be done properly.
Oh my
Yeah.
fucking
And then he-
giggity god. Hello.
Can I just ask, if I want to come and get my memory back at a different point, how do I get back here?
The same way that you got here now?
They're just gonna let us through again?
Well, no, but if you have someone send message to my aid, I'll come get you again.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna look at the others. I think I asked all my questions last time.
So,
Uh,
I didn't have many.
uh, uh. How old are you, dude?
Just gives you a kind of stare as if to say, is that really what you want to know?
I mean, you asked if we had any questions, and Trafalgar's brain is buffering right now, so. What's your favourite pastry?
That's sort of a rather weird one.
You didn't specify it had to be useful.
Well, that is a fair one as well. I'm rather fond of cinnamon.
Nice. Good cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll or cinnamon bun?
Either or.
Both good. It's going in the notes.
Cinnamon buns are better. They have more substance to them. Unless they put raisins in them, and then they're disgusting.
I love raisins.
I hate raisins. They're like
Ooh,
little
raisins are
nuggets
so
of
good.
disappointment.
Oh no, they're amazing, especially when they're all like plump and juicy. Yeah. Although it is disappointing when you think you've got a chocolate cookie and it's a raisin.
Yeah, like it's the letdown.
That's disappointing. Yeah, I get that, but I feel like a cinnamon roll or a cinnamon bun, which is good to begin with some raisins, I think that's just a little added fruity bonus. Makes it feel healthy, even though it's really not.
I don't care if it's healthy. If I want a cinnamon bun, I'm eating it to be happy.
I want a cinnamon bun now.
What's going on?
Oh, I've got a little custard thing downstairs. I'm gonna go get it.
See,
now.
okay. His favorite pastry is cinnamon bun. What's your favorite animal?
Read your cards, girl.
Remember, you have to answer a question for each answers.
I did answer. I answered what my favorite pastry was in return.
Yes.
Do you like blueberry muffins as well?
Oh yes. Love a good blueberry muffin.
I'm partial, yeah. Though,
I've gone and got my pastry now. Yum yum yum.
Cool.
I'm just oiling the wheel of conversations till Trafalgar has something to say.
Yeah. Well, my notes seem to be all over the place. I've got a few of the questions I was going to ask.
It's gonna be one of those things where you ask like all these questions and they're just like, oh, they're never gonna ask anything of substance, and then you go wow with like a really hard hitting question. It throws myself off guard. They answer it really honestly.
Exactly.
Well, now he's on to us.
I didn't say it out loud.
Yeah, you did.
We all heard.
Not Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Not an insult.
yeah.
What's
Oh
this
my
guy's name again? I've already forgotten.
Lupilla.
For some reason, I thought he was called Joseph.
Um,
Just
Go back to
haven't-
sleep, Rachel. Go back to sleep.
Go
After she's
home,
so
you're
dreaming,
drunk.
Just talking.
You joke, but I woke up and I was really confused because I thought it was a different day, and I thought I'd like already had a conversation and done D&D, and then I woke up and looked at the clock and was very, very confused.
It was a prophecy. Tell us what happened.
Quick, read the cards.
Oh my god,
Wait.
do a fortune telling on him.
I will do a fortune telling on them if Trafalgar is still
No,
buffering.
As far as it
somewhat buffered.
goes.
Do you want me to waste more time or not?
Yeah.
Mm.
No, it's fine.
I can't really help but notice you're all kind of wasting time. Given
That's
the,
just a
um,
very rude thing to say. We travelled all this way to see you.
and you're asking me weird questions about baked goods.
Sometimes we're digesting a lot of big important information that you kind of just gave us definitely a few minutes ago.
And
But also
definitely not a
digesting
week
cinnamon
ago.
bun.
No. A few minutes ago.
Time magic.
We're learning things about ourselves and the world we were not aware of. Also, it's a long walk and your house is warm.
But this guy know anything about Ilsima and the people who broke into his shop?
Oh yeah, he's still missing him.
Get him back to the important stuff. Forget these guys' backstory.
you loser backstories. Where's my boyfriend?
Exactly.
Where is he?
Yet to be boyfriend.
Hey,
We're at
they've
least
been
kind of
waiting
on top,
200
right?
years for this. They can wait
Yeah,
a
they
little
can
bit
wait
longer.
a bit more.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
We can wait a bit longer.
What's
We
another
weren't-
day?
We weren't
Really?
aware we were waiting for 200 years, so that's a fair point.
Fair point. But fucking rude.
Like Horace approves of this rudeness.
Do you actually ask him about it, Summer?
Well, because I'm pretty sure he's just related to their stuff, so probably he wouldn't know.
Ask him anyway. You might know.
He's
Okay.
like, yes, I asked for it to happen, Ilsma, that bitch.
And now you've fallen into my trap. Prepare to die.
Yeah.
He keeps stealing all my women.
Yes, so there was a merchant shop broken into last night. It's still like the next day, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And the proprietor's gone missing. Have you heard anything of this through your connections?
I heard,
There's a chance the Apex were involved.
oh, well, that narrows it down quite a bit. I heard something of them running amok in the lower town. Sent a couple of my people to go and investigate, but it came up with very little fruit. Then I decided to have a little peruse myself. I heard that some people at the main gate to our territory had walked out with strange cargo. So I kind of took a scrying eye on the people that I saw, and I followed them for a little while. They've got, at the very least, someone under duress in their purview, though he doesn't entirely look bound by any means. He looks docile. They looked like they were taking him up the iron path. So I'm assuming either they're taking him to whatever their little HQ is, or they're taking him to Yanima. But honestly, I'm presuming it's Yanima, because if they were going to take him to one of the other continents, they would have gone behind the Elven Mountain, where the borders moats are, instead of toward the Iron Path, which is a rickety road filled with our golems. So unfortunately, if he's of any use to you, he's not going to be seen again for a while. And because we don't really have the resources to bring back one person who, and I mean this in the most respectful way, does not serve anyone important, he will not be dragged back. Unless, perchance, certain contractors in my own employ, and then he looks amongst all of you, maybe would go and collect him. You would not only have the advantage of pay on completion, and by the way, I'm not actually going to pay you, but the idea is there anyway. You would have the agreement from the government to come back to me at any point on completion, and pass him off. So that gives you a degree of legroom to come back here when you want. And maybe, even to the nest, my manor at the top.
I was gonna say no. I'm already have a job I still yet to complete, and then you said you were gonna pay, and I was like, yeah. And then you said I'm not gonna get paid, so
Very
Well,
confused.
Will
I'm very not gonna do this.
will you pay us an information?
Well, considering this would be a favour to any of you, rather than a favour to me, no. I'm only going to give you this as a way to get your name through the door, so you can go and save him if he's of any use to you, and bring him back.
Do you have a means of travelling there quicker than horseback?
I do. However, you might be disoriented. You'll have to find your own way back from then on.
Yeah, we're used to that.
And I can get you as far as that little bridge town.
Alden.
And that's the one. And if it only happened last night, if you're lucky, you'll meet them on the Iron Path on the way back toward us.
Do you need all of us to take the contract, or just one of us?
No, in all honesty, this is a formality. Only
So
one of
if-
you have
if-
to accept.
I will accept it out of formality. I say, because I see Esatari looking at me like her soul's about to break in half. But yeah, okay, I'll take it on in my name.
Well, that's where the fun part goes. Pass me your hand, please.
Oh, whatever. I pass my hand forward.
It takes a light hold around your fingers for a moment, and then you feel a very light sting on one of your fingers, and then he moves his hand away, and you notice a what looks to be like coiling of this bluish purple colour goes around your finger and forms what looks to be a ring shape. If you show that to the guard on your way in and out, at any point, if you ask for my name, they will not only let you in, they'll send you to me, or the next closest person.
There you go, problem solved.
This is a one-time deal, however. I'm going to remove it the next time we meet, unless something else pressing comes up.
What if you really like us?
I'm afraid, as of the moment, our kinship has only just slightly flickered into a barely tolerable flame. But if you keep coming back, and maybe, if you bring me something interesting, maybe even a
What?
pastry.
What is
As-
it with
as he-
you wet mages about interesting things? Jeez.
As he says that, I want to look around and see if there's anything I might recognise as having retrieved on a previous job that's wound its way to him.
You look around, and the two cupboards that were at the back where the safe was, there's only really like dinery stuff. But then you take a proper look around the room, and look at some of the cupboards along the walls. Some of them are open with just books in instead. Others have what look to be like assorted scrolls that are behind a closed window with a lock. And then there's another one that looks to have these small little gems in glass cases inside of the glass cupboard. And kind of look over them for a moment, just like no, no, no. And then you see one that looks vaguely familiar. This jewel that looks like it's got shards about to break off any moment. That's just constantly cracked from top to bottom, and it looks like it shouldn't still be intact. And then as you kind of look at it, you're trying to recall to yourself, it's definitely something you've seen before. History check, please.
History is cool.
You can't recall what it was called, but you remember that your boss said it was something about it's a good tool to help scryers find their target. Each time it's used, a piece of the glass snaps. And looking at that, it looks as if it's got maybe 2, 3 more uses before it finally breaks.
I'm just going to comment. Oh yeah, I think I've seen this before. I didn't realise it would end up with you. Well, I guess it's hard to say who I thought it would end up with. I didn't know you before.
Indeed. And I mean, if it does help to know, that's one of the items that helped me find your, I assume, compatriot, and has, if I'm being honest, helped historically in some other events of mine that have led to quite the salvation for Kastaden. I'm quite a fortune teller of some sorts.
Maybe you could
Thank-
tell me my fortune, that of my family. You seemed to know my brother, and you did let us hear at his wife's request, or contact at least, so just what ties you have to my family, or is it her family?
More specifically, it's your mother, and yes, I know who you are. I've spoken with her through a mail message every now and again. She's a rather charming woman, and she's kept me in the loop about some things in Janasta. Things were rather odd for a while. So I've some degree of knowledge of them, and therefore as well, the family that became one with hers.
So then you would be quite well placed to tell me my future. I've had some readings on it previously.
Well,
Be interested in your assumptions on it.
that would be all fine and well, but unless you're about to marry my sister, I'm afraid my power is quite literally reserved only for my family.
Well, maybe not then. I do believe, though, that this is something that we've already agreed needs to be handed off to you, and then I'm going to actually hand him the chest rather than just indicating it like I have done previously.
And as I made note, since you're traveling with these two and Ishkari's memories are opened, that chest no longer serves purpose in my hands. There's some things that need to be done now, though I will pay nonetheless. I'll have the money sent to your contractor, and I will have your portion issued to you now, if you so desire.
Yes, I believe that's the best thing. I mean, Randolph was going to pay me, so if you can pay me, that would be appreciated.
Would you mind showing me the... I'm not sure what you'd really call it, since it's not exactly a very legal bounty, but then again, what bounty is? Do you have the assorted paperwork, or...
Paperwork?
I take that as a no, then. Sloppy work as always from him. One moment, please. Turns around, his back to you, and he places 2 fingers to the side of his temple. And for roughly about 30 seconds, he goes silent and seems to be in some kind of focus. Do any of you say anything in between? Or do
Nope. I want to get my money.
So then when he finishes, removes the fingers from his temple and turns around and goes, It seems you might want to have a word with Randolph next time you see him. He said you can have 2,000 to get back now, but he will pay you the rest when you get back to him.
And do you, all that stuff?
Other stuff?
I'm assuming. Usually my payment is not just in gold and coin. There are other things that I work from.
Would you like to be more specific?
Not in present company.
You hear a voice saying the same words in your head instead.
Oh, he's speaking into my head. Oh yeah, I reply. Soap.
He says out loud, honestly? Fine, but do you even know where that stuff comes from?
As far as I was aware, Randolph produced it, but maybe that's not the truth, and...
No, that isn't even a portion of the truth. It has been heavily diluted.
At this point, are they saying this out loud?
Yes.
Everyone just sort of like looks at Trafalgar very judgingly and makes it very obvious.
And what the boss's business is none of my business, as long as I get paid.
Well, fine, if you don't want to know anything about it. Let's see, where did... And then he makes this motion toward an open space just in the air and pools what looks to be this small purpley liquidy like void of about a barely like 7-inch circle space. Pushes his hand through and pulls something out of it, and looks to be roughly like a very like small bag's worth. Not like tiny, but enough to be a clump in your fist at the very least. And holds it up in the air and goes, "No, not really sure about the secret side of all of this, considering it's quite obvious what it is, if your friends here have any idea. But, yeah, here you go. It's purified as well, so you're welcome." Chucks it toward you.
I'm gonna stuff it.
Try and jump in the way and grab it.
Okay.
I want to make a jump for it.
Make acrobatics or athletics check?
Did he just give you drugs? I was gone for 2 minutes and he gave you drugs.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you're out of it. You're spaced out of it.
Oh my god.
Oh my. You can make a contested one, see if you can get it first, by the way.
Yeah, let's hope it's with me today.
No.
No,
Oh.
fuck you. What
The
is it with my
+8 as
solo
well.
roll?
Oh my god.
So, very quickly, seeing what it is, she just immediately clocks and is just in that middle. You can kind of feel the Trafalgar kind of shout coming your way, and she very quickly leaps up, grabs it, looks down at you.
We've had this conversation conversation before, Trafalgar.
Yes, and clearly Lupola is not as adept at this as he should be for a man giving things like that.
No,
I'm going to turn
come.
back to him and be like, you shouldn't be giving out soap to addicts.
Right. If it was my duty to look after everybody,
No. You have a duty of care over everybody.
for what reason precisely?
Because I say so. And now I have to deal with this bullshit.
Starting to think about revoking that ring.
No, too late.
Which Brewin
And
sort
this is
of
why I didn't want
looks.
to explain this in front
Which
of the
Brewin
company.
just sort of like looks.
has a
still with
problem.
crossed arms. With still crossed arms, and just sort of like leans over, looks to Lycoris, and looks back to Lubula and just says, "Yeah, he kind of more strikes me as a person of business and pleasure rather than responsibility. But each to their own."
I'm glaring at Trafalgar like we literally had this conversation and he needs to stop this shit like half a day ago. Then he had his time to sulk under the tree and I thought he'd gotten over it, but clearly he's a bigger addict than I thought. Druid, Esatari, don't you have some sort of like thing? Can't you like touch him and get rid of his addiction? Is that a thing?
Druid anymore. I'm not a healer this time round.
Oh fuck.
Wizard, fuck your old character.
Anessa, can you just like touch his arm or something and get rid of the addiction?
Bop the crazy out of me? No.
Well, you're gonna have to go cold turkey then.
I just give you a really strange look at that.
I'm gonna take the soap and I'm gonna put it in one of my pouches.
Well,
It is what turned his brother into like a murderer or something.
I could suggest that he never take them again. But it only lasts. Wait, hold on. Up to 8 hours.
yeah.
Is there anything else I could do? I
So you
don't
can
think
give
there
him
is.
8 hours of sobriety. Nice.
Like,
Well,
Compulsory sobriety.
I don't think there's anything I can do that's permanent.
well, all I'm gonna say is I tinkered with a couple of your minds, so
Huh?
Then can you
Fair enough.
can you do it again so they stay out of my business?
Huh?
well, technically speaking, if I really wanted to, I can make you all forget I'm even here right now.
No.
Can you make him forget he has an
Oh.
addiction?
I would happily forget that you were here if I walk away with what's mine.
First and foremost, to answer your question, points to you, Lycoris, easily. Do remember, you have missing memories of however many years you're not even sure about yet. As for you, do you really want to think about words like that in front of me? I am the guy that giveth, but I can always just taketh away instead. I have no debt to pay to you or your master, so
No, you're right.
Brew inspires at that.
No point in upsetting Randolph when I don't need to.
He's just jonesing for a fix.
well,
Just wish
Um,
it'd been a bit more subtle, maybe?
I'm afraid that subtlety is entirely unnecessary when there are people around you should trust already.
And you said that you were reconsidering taking this shit after what happened to your brother. So why is it suddenly changed? Or was that a complete lie to begin with?
I recall saying no such thing.
Oh, I'm holding back the urge to smack him across the back of the head.
Well,
I
in-
told you can't go back to Orleans with this shit. She won't allow it in her building, and if you get kicked out of there, you know what will happen.
Ah, yes. You really don't want to get in the bad side of her.
I'm going to flick my head immediately back to him like, what?
What? She's a house madam. You just don't.
Insight check.
Go for it. I mean, yeah, he's obviously been before. He's not exactly lying
Nice.
about anything.
Nice.
She's probably pretty well known.
He's been to visit her.
By
Nice.
Yeah.
by the feel of it, he's either very comfortable with the fact and has visited her, or it's a professional engagement. But either way, you don't feel any lies whatsoever.
Okay, I'm gonna sentiment attention back on Trafalgar, like an overbearing parent that is very disappointed.
Do you remember as well the basic problems and conditions that come with having that stuff? And again, of course, I'm the one who just supplied it, but I also have deep knowledge about the stuff. It does have quite heavy, infrequent memory loss, as well as other things I'm judging by your previous sentence you're aware of. Strange abnormalities in one's constitution, mental state, and ability to contact the other side.
Yes, my brother showed all signs. I'm just after the first.
Are you just feeling left out with all the memory loss? Because we can induce memory loss in many other ways.
I've had a method of coping with my troublesome memories long before you arrived, and now you're stopping it.
Yes,
And look at you now. You're so much better off without that, and also with us. And smiles very brimmingly.
you're literally running yourself into a corner where the only way out is to become vampire food.
No. That's if I stay in the city. The warning was that if I stay in the city with this, that's
Yes,
the trouble.
But do you not see the issue that you don't remember anything you do, and you could do something really stupid, not here, and piss off the wrong person? And have no idea why you pissed off the wrong person, and you're going to die because of it. Do you really want to die for this addiction? Why can't you just get therapy? Or, like, go and talk to him, go spend a night with Oralint and talk it out, or just do what normal people do.
What normal people do?
He's not exactly normal.
I mean,
I don't
in
think any of us
fairness,
Neither is anyone.
you're all pretty unique.
You gotta. I'm gonna turn back to the wizard guy and be like, you've got to see the point. Like, someone here has got to see that taking soap is a really stupid thing to do.
It
I hate
is.
to be the outside voice here, but I think the point is seen. It's just business is business. And just shrugs.
I'm going to just gesture to Brewin and go, he gets it.
I get it. I don't quite agree with it, but if you do drag me down, I will debate about leaving you. But I have grown
Fine.
somewhat fond of your failings.
Fine, if you want to just become vampire food and die in a hole, and I'm just gonna throw the soap straight at his face, hard. I want him to feel this.
Feel the pain. Feel my love and hatred.
But Brewin just sort of like nudges Lycoris a little bit and just goes, "But you like slashing things? Wouldn't that be a win-win to slash vampires?"
Well, after what I heard today, no.
Okay, fair enough.
And I just don't want. If you get captured and sent to that prison, I'm not breaking you out. This is your choice. This is your choice now, Trafalgar, and you've made this choice. And whatever comes from this, I'm not being dragged into it because I tried to help. And you won't
I'll
listen.
half raise her hand and say that after what happened with your brother, it does seem like a pretty poor choice to make.
That's it. You're off her harem list. I hope you're happy. Now.
Never say never.
I'm not weak like my brother. My brother needed people, his attentions and things.
You kind of need attention.
Look,
Well,
I made a promise that I wouldn't cause any trouble once we're in this city. And then I'm gonna make a show of putting the soap at the bottom of whatever pack I have, or
Yeah.
as deep into my pocket as I can, and covering it up.
You could always just sell it and make more money.
Freewin, that's not the point!
Oh, it's gonna get it off his hands and he's gonna get money for it.
And then it'll kill someone else! I thought you were meant to be a good person.
Have you?
I've
Right,
never,
take your
never
laurels.
which
Have any of
Freeman
you
raises
actually tried
an
it?
eyebrow. And Freeman raises an eyebrow and just says, I've never said I was a good person.
That's
Has
true.
any of you actually tried it? You would not want to sell it if you had it.
I've had alcohol. I've had plenty of shit in my time. But I don't rely on that shit to exist.
I'm not reliant on it. It's a coping method. No.
Yeah, is that you rely on it, Trafalgar, to exist and forget
That's
the horrible
kind of
things.
what a coping mechanism's for, Trafalgar. You kind of put yourself on that one.
Much like Anessa relies on alcohol, but at least with her reliance on alcohol, she stays cheerful and in her right mind when she drinks. Most of the time until she
I
puts
give
night
side
food.
look like, really?
It's like, do I?
Oh, okay. Good.
I like how this is just becoming a like intervention.
I know.
And-
Admittedly, I thought he was selling it this whole time. I didn't realize he was taking the soap. Like,
Oh, so
when-
innocent.
Whenever we found it, he was taking it, and I assumed he was just selling it. I thought he was a dealer.
Whatever, you do what you want, Trafalgar. You live your life, but if you end up in a ditch bleeding out to a vampire, just remember that we tried to stop you from this.
Not whilst I'm in the city. I promised you that.
Oh, vampires live everywhere.
I mean, in fairness, I could have been a vampire myself.
Well, you don't. Well, you didn't speak back to me in vampire, so if you were, that would just be extremely rude.
That was a vampire?
Is it all
Yes.
vampires that have an issue with this, or is it just certain ones?
I'm not a vampire. I don't drink blood.
I mean, in fairness, the problem
1
with the
second, I'm being
sun,
showered. Be back.
the problem with the sun is very prevalent as well, from what I've heard in the lesser generations, anyway.
And you've seen me in the light, so clearly,
Yes, but
you know I'm not a vampire.
is
Just because I have
is it-
pointy teeth.
is
I've
it
never
all
been-
vampires that have an issue with the soap, or is it just the
No,
ones in this city, or?
no, this feels like true interest in your well-being, if I'm being honest.
The soap isn't the issue, Trafalgar. It's the shit you do when you're on the soap that's the issue. And the fact that it's like every other drug that's used to peddle the poor to keep them in line. People can't uprise if they're so addicted to a substance that you control. And who better to use as blood mules than the people that you're controlling with the drug that you sell from your own coffers? Oh, how young you are. You don't understand how the world works fully yet. Hey,
I'm gonna. And it would seem that you're a bit beyond your own years, and maybe you don't understand.
what it's like to be young and full of spirit and not want everybody to die. Yeah, it's been a long time.
I mean, to be fair, like Chorus does tend to act like she wants everyone to die.
I'm
Yes,
an assassin.
Yeah, true.
I was just gonna slowly turn back and look at look at what's his face like. I hope he didn't hear that bit.
Say what?
No.
Look, it really doesn't matter what you do. Remember, again, I'm about as loosely involved with you out of everybody that helped rescue you. If you want to kill people, you kill people. I don't care.
But now that you have a bit of a more well-rounded view of my current sanity level, how much would removing that memory do?
Hmm.
Like how much would removing that memory? Am I going to stay about as sane as I am now, or is it going to push me over into the crazy?
It's not exactly the problem with what you'll see, per se. It's the volume that you'll get. And it's kind of a tough process. Sure, having a good mental fortitude would help, but it's going to be a lot of information to process at once, so If you're
We-
not ready
we
for
have
it, you will break.
Can't you just do it in little bits?
That's not really how the boundary works. It's like a dam wall. I can chip it away a little, but the second it starts flooding in, sure, you'll get sparse little bits at first, but give it about an hour and that damn wall is coming down, and you're gonna get destroyed in the process. It's not a perfect system. It was there specifically to make sure that you were safe long enough and docile long enough that you wouldn't feel or remember any of it, and then we can get you to safety.
Ah, okay. But if we do this, we go and save Book Daddy and come back. Do you think then it would work?
Mm, is he that important to you that your mental state resides on his well-being? Because if not, then no, I highly doubt it. You're gonna need a lot of mental training, which some people take years doing.
And how do I get this mental training?
Well, first and foremost, you can find someone that's, mm, for lack of a more interesting word, a psychic. You'll have to find someone or something to train with and or on to... Hold on. Are you capable of any mental communication?
Other than causing people pain, no. Although I'm gonna point at Esatari and say she can do mental conversations.
This has to be you.
Oh, no, I can't. I can only cause pain and listen into people's thoughts.
How do you do so?
Well, if they're injured, I can zone in, or if they catch me in a lie, and then I just kind of focus on their thoughts, and then I hear them.
So it's a change in mental state.
Correct.
Okay, well, if I've got to catch you in a lie, is your name like Horus?
No.
And then you feel a opportunity to connect.
I will connect.
In his head, you hear, "So, I'm assuming you're in here now."
I'm gonna nod.
Good. Now that we've got that sort of psionic connection, I've got a feel for what you're capable. I would say if you keep training this psionic potential you have, I can't give you a timeline per se, but if you keep training it as it is, like an actual muscle, eventually it'll become strong enough that you may be able to resist the effects of those memories overwhelming at once. And worst case, we could try and throttle the memories back. We'll allow you bits at a time, but it's very risky. It is the worst case scenario, because if there's even a moment where you relapse with the memories and you can't help fight, and your brain fights me, I won't be able to shunt off the rest, and you will fall in the process. So keep training your mental prowess through whatever means you deem fit, and then come back to me when you think you're ready. And trust me, you'll know. When you can do as I can do, moving memories or commanding others through their memory, then you'll know.
Damn. Okay. That sounds like it's a long way away.
Couple levels maybe. But until then, and then you feel the connection break as if by force, but it isn't like a shunt of pain or anything, it's just a sudden like silence. And then you start speaking out loud again. So, we've all made our bargains. you've been given your prizes. You've got the information you need. I've got enough information to go on. I may need to contact a few people about that, but that can wait for now. Is there anything any of you need to know before I send you away? Any last minute funny quips?
How are you going to send us to Alden? Do we need to come back here?
Well, I mean, teleportation, of course.
Yes.
Okay. Can we just collect? We'll have to go to Lowtown to collect our things, but if that's what everyone wants to do, we can go try deal with the Apex idiots now.
Way for us to get back here quickly, or will we just have to return normal way?
Well, I suppose, for the sake of ease, I could minor teleport you all there, and then from there I can teleport you across. It is quite a walk back, though, I must say.
Hey guys, guess what I've got?
Oh,
Tiny
I've got a
hut.
Tiny hut.
If we're not in a hurry, where is it going to teleport us to?
Alden.
Alden.
But then we're going to have to go find wherever they are in Yonima.
Well, no, we're hoping that we'll beat them to Alden and be able to catch them on the road.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is what we're hoping. But I also know
Promise.
we've got other stuff to do in Gustardon that we've not done, so we'll probably walk on that. Like, we've not got the stuff for the smithy guy.
We've not got that stuff. I was literally, I'm writing. I've got a new notebook, so I was writing down stuff for that, and I came across the is it for Hubert?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at it, and I was like, shit, we forgot his stuff. And then we gotta find your boy as well, right? Or is that what we're doing?
That's
We're
what we're
hopefully
doing.
doing. Like
Okay.
I said, but we don't actually know if it's for sure him.
Right.
What if?
Okay.
What if we were to go collect all the things we need to
Yeah.
bring back to Alden, and if we come back to here tomorrow, we're used to walking now anyway. We come back here with all the things, he can teleport us away.
It took us ages to get from Alden to here, so surely we'd still beat them, unless they've got like special shit going on.
How long did it take us?
It took us several days, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's only been a day.
As well, the thing that Hubert wants is in the Dwarven territories.
So we have to go to a whole nother place.
Oh, yes.
Well, did he give us a deadline?
Nope.
So we're okay to go back without it and just be like, we're working on it, don't worry.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what I was asking
Okay.
about getting back here.
Just,
Okay,
just,
that's
just
fine.
like a drive-by.
What if we just send a letter inquiring about it all and get them to send any information to Orlint, so when we get back we can just take all the information from the letters and go and sort it? Or I can ask Orlint to send some letters out for us.
What information are we needing?
Well, if she sends out letters to the Smithies and the Dwarven Quarter about
Okay.
what we would need and how much it would cost,
Yeah.
then at least when we come back, we know. We can come back and be like, okay, so we need to get this, this, and this for this amount of money.
So did we decide what was happening with paying Alden? Because was it decided that we were going to use the rescue money for?
Yeah, there's a massive bag of money in one of my chests back at Orlint, which is why we need to go back.
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure, yeah, there was a portion you set aside for it.
Yeah, we were meant to be like helping them rebuild, but she was like, "Nah, I'm not doing it myself. You can take it out of the earnings."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yes.
I don't think we shared out any of that money either. The entire amount's still in that bag because we said we'll sort it later and then we forgot.
Ah,
It's
D&D.
still later. It's still not been forgotten.
So technically speaking, you kept your word, but you also didn't. Ah, Schrodinger's word.
how long is it going to take for us to get to Orleans?
Maybe about an hour here to there.
Because we can also double check, because the mage investigator people should have been by Iltimo's shop by now. So we might be
Yeah, I
able
was
to get
thinking
more
about
information
checking
as
it.
well.
Yeah,
'Cause
checking in
that's
on that to
ours
see.
as well.
Yeah, and I could also do what I was gonna do and invisible us, so that we can check everything. But I don't know. I don't know if there's like a downstairsy bit in his shop
Would-
or anything.
There is.
Would Mr. Mage like to go to Orleans for some relaxing time whilst the spider lady goes invisible and does a break and entry?
It's a good idea.
You can say sex, but that isn't what I ever went there for.
But this time,
It's on the house.
It was more just a suggestion, so it makes life easier than walking all the way there and then walking all the way back if time
Yeah.
is of the essence.
Oh, so he can come with us and then
Yeah,
and then
and
he
teleport
can
us from
transport from
there.
there.
Whilst
Yeah,
you're
that's a good
doing-
idea.
Whilst you're doing all of your stuff, I'll get up. Me and Brewin can get and Trafalgar. I give him the side eye. Can get the stuff together to get ready to go, and then once you come back, we can literally just go.
Or better yet, because I need materials, you can all go there, and I will meet you there. And trust me when I say this, I will meet you there just as soon as you're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Quick question.
Mhm.
The prison where my brother was being held,
Mhm.
or is being held, is that on the way back down to Orleans?
You
Is
have
that-
no fucking idea.
I-
No fucking
I
idea.
thought he'd
Your
been
brother
released.
already hasn't the bail already been set?
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was meant to be back with your
Yes.
other brother now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Later tonight, today, never. It is in this goddamn mountain.
Today has been several sessions already. So
So yeah.
Yeah.
I hope you
There's
guys
something else going on.
I hope you guys
This
are
is that
nutty
we've
now.
been, and the people that we've met is literally just Alden and Gustodon so far, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm not putting anyone else down.
unless you count the weird mushroom cave.
Yeah, my goodness.
Is there a
Um,
section
and
for
the
that?
and the bandit camp in the rocky shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a section for those on here, is there?
Oh, there is.
Oh, we just.
The rocky shelves is on
Wait.
the map.
Oh,
No, I mean in the
It's under
was
Alden.
In the
the
notes
signpost
bit.
each episode though.
It's
in
under Alden.
Alden.
And we never went to the nice lake.
Oh, Miss.
Probably not
Four.
nice.
You know what? When we've done some good work, maybe
Oh,
we can
yeah.
go there for a beach episode.
Yeah, but I bet it's
Yeah.
horrible, really. But
Completely,
yeah.
completely
Toxic
forgot about all
dumps.
that.
There's going to be a big old deep sea monster that grabs all the
Connor,
ladies.
don't give away my secrets.
No.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna do a OVA for us, right? When we all go to the nice lake and then have to fight a monster.
Yes.
It might not be fight a monster. It might be solve a slice of life issue.
We will all be in bikinis. That's
It's
what's
that
important.
the lake is where Trafalgar's finally going to get kicked the drug habit. You're finally going to get over your mother issues. Well, let's.
Nah, that's never gonna happen. It's been 500 years. It's never gonna happen.
And
That's
Anessa is
more likely than the Trafalgar getting up.
Anessa is finally going to marry either her bottle of vodka or a Satari. And Brewin
and
is just going to brood a little
That's
bit
so
more,
good.
but he's going to look hot doing it.
No, Brewin's gonna be like Brewin's gonna look like a fucking romance character with his wings out and the sun glistening on the water.
Shirtless, long
He
blonde
comes out
hair
of the water.
down.
Feathers floating in your
He's gonna be
between
on a yacht with a sexy woman.
Moist pecs from being in the water of sea saltiness.
Exactly.
Lee.
Yeah.
You know Alden, the questables section.
Yeah.
We did the thing with Ela, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
We found the kid.
Can we? The thing with the helping her out with the whatever it was. Ooh, swimming session came available tomorrow. Okay. With the medical supplies in the swamp, we did that, didn't we?
Mhm. Oh, we didn't. We haven't done a lot of this stuff though. Ah,
Yeah,
the
that's what I'm
unicorn.
thinking.
The
Oh,
unicorn.
What
yes.
are you looking at?
Under Alden Questables.
I have removed Ela's quest as well as Oros because that's technically
did.
been paid. Apprentice. Yep.
Well,
Go get that back.
if needs be, we can send out feelers for the others because I feel like saving Biltmar would be more.
Yeah, I was just wondering what we'd done and what we hadn't.
The unicorn's something to do with your sugar daddy anyway.
Probably.
That was my theory.
Which is
What kind of objects? Do you know the wizard guy? Do you know of a mage called Jonathan?
Does he have a second name?
I look at Anessa.
Jonathan Sugar Daddy.
Do I know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is Cardinum.
Jonathan
Yeah.
Cardinum.
That's a new one to me.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I was just we've had a lot of people asking us about magical items, and I was just wondering if you were in the same trade, it would make a life a lot easier.
Of magical items, yes, but I don't know of that person.
But he's her patron.
He takes kind of a squinting glance at you.
Me?
Are you sure about that? I don't see the usual aura of someone with a patron.
I'm going to give Vanessa a side eye.
What?
Because as far as I was aware, he was her patron.
Do I know what he's talking about?
Not really. But you can make an Arcana check if you want.
I've been fucking swizzed, haven't I?
I bet you made a deal with the devil, huh?
Fuck's sake, bet I did. Oh! That's not bad.
You don't really get what he means, but the entire time you've been here, there have been moments like last session when you tried to contact him and you couldn't. Where ever since you got here, and given that his general existence is quite literally an enigma in this world anyway, you think maybe the only reason he's not seeing it as a patron with whatever he's doing is because Jonathan Cardinum technically is on another plane, but sharing the space in this plane. But again, this isn't new information, by the way.
Okay.
It just might be
Was
the
it-
fact it's broken somehow,
Well, the connection's. Oh, fuck's sake.
plausibly.
We've been doing it's a bit of a planar thing. It might not be that clear.
Well, as long as it's a symbiotic relationship, I suppose that's all
What
that
does
really
that mean?
matters.
Okay, Dad.
What does that mean?
I say that in my head. I didn't say that out loud.
I just say, what is a symbiotic relationship? I'm just looking at
Wait.
him blankly, like.
In character or not? 'Cause I'll answer.
Yeah, in character.
Dad answer out of character.
I'm like, do you mean platonic? Do you mean we can't bang? What do you mean?
Is he looking shocked right now, Lee?
No, more confused.
Why?
That as
That's
long
the
as you're
dumb question.
getting something out of the relationship, then it's fair.
Oh. Yeah, I'd say so. Looking at my spell book. Yeah, that's pretty fair.
1001 spells. Ooh.
Ooh.
Well then, if that's the case, good for you. Is there something else? Or, not really trying to push you out the door here, but if you want to get to Alden quickly...
No, that's fine. We'll send you to your material collection.
Jafar to ask all his questions.
Yeah, I think so.
Yo.
Ooh.
Oh,
Where is there a page for my sugar daddy on here? Because I can't find him. It's not down on my people net, so I couldn't find a thing for him.
He is in Yornima Void, Tower Cardinum.
Oh, but we didn't go to. Did
Nope.
we go there?
No, but it's on the way there.
He's technically on the border to Yornima
Yeah.
Void. It's not part of
Oh.
Gestodden.
Okay, so I can put him down under your
Yornimam.
Okay.
Meta
The
question:
people
do
now.
we get persecuted if we pronounce it wrong?
Yes.
Void.
Yes.
It's like when no one knows
Everybody
how to
dies.
pronounce Mjolnir
Mjolnir.
in the Thor film, and they go meow meow.
Meow meow.
Kat Dennings is literally just meowing. She's like meow meow.
Meow meow.
Meow meow. I genuinely didn't know what it was called for ages because I was like,
No.
what? What's she saying? I don't understand. Right, people net. Your anime void.
Is it Yaunima? Is that how you say it?
Oh, you can say it however you want. I'll just say Yornima.
Yaunima.
Your anime. Tower
Cardinum.
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 Cardinum. Okay, got him.
Down
Um,
mama. Okay, so we're just
How are we
going back
going?
to Orlint Flat. They're playing James Bond.
Wait, hold on, because I ran all the way here. I ran all the way back to Lowtown to get the chest away from town. So what's happening with that chest?
It's staying with what's his face.
It's staying
No,
here. Okay.
Mm-mm.
No, he said
Mm-mm.
it was useless to him now or something.
Yep.
Oh, we have to look
Oh.
after it.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
shitting hell.
But I just ran with it. I ran to get it. I've got.
Put it in your tiny hut.
Should I put it in one of
Be
my...
in a bag of holding.
Should I put it in one of my fortified places for now? Because I don't think we want to take it to... Oh, but then we're leaving it unguarded.
I don't know what to do.
Would we be able to get a bag of holding from here before we leave?
We could. Would we know what a bag of holding is?
You
I don't
would.
know.
She's 500 years old. I hope.
Oh,
she
okay.
You,
I don't know if it's one of those things that you just find it's like magical and cool. You're like, oh my god, what is it?
I mean-
Or if
You
it's-
should be able to buy them.
I mean, to be fair, you would know, and Lycoris would know.
okay.
And it would... We would be able to afford one out of the funds we got for Vortigan.
Yeah. Well, I think we do that.
One, you could afford about 17.
Yes, but we can't do
We're
that.
also
'cause
rebuilding Alden.
we're that money's slightly set aside to help rebuild.
Hmm.
Yeah, but if we could afford 17, we can use one of them.
Yes, we can afford one bag of holding.
Would it not
Yes,
be better
let's
to
get one back.
would it not be better to get two just to be safe in case we lose one?
Let me,
I mean, I guess, but everything inside the first one is already gone.
Yeah, but then if
So
worse
safe
comes,
isn't the right
worse
word.
comes to worse, we can put one bag inside the other and explode everything. So no
no,
one can get the house.
never do that. Ever. You will literally cause the end of everything you know. Please never do that.
Sounds
The
good to me.
intention.
Yes.
I said
That's
worse
the plan.
came to worse.
I end up in a too awkward conversation. I'm like, okay, bag of holding and bag of holding.
It's like, okay, goodbye.
My time has come.
How to avoid an awkward conversation, bag of holding death.
But
Yes.
my theory would be if we had two and say one of us holds one and one of us holds the other. If someone then tries to steal the object, they don't know which bag of holding it's in, so it makes more work for them.
Very
Yes.
true, very true.
Well,
Whereas
yeah,
if we
but
have one,
you can turn the bag inside out.
yes, but then they've got to get
Right.
one of the bags and turn it inside out. Whereas
Yeah, and we've probably noticed they're doing it at that point. Like,
Mm.
I'm pretty sure that's not a subtle move.
Yeah, suppose you
I
have a
say
point.
we fill one with like
Rocks.
acid.
Oh my
So when
God.
they
We don't
pour it
have
out, they get
acid.
covered in acid.
But then we know that we'll forget which one it is.
Yeah.
Not
And
if
we'll just, I suppose, but you have to summon things from the bag of holding, don't you? So you've got to say like what it is that you want to
No,
bring
you
out.
you
just,
think
just
about
have to
it.
think about
We've got
it.
acid.
Yeah, but the second bag is merely a bag for bamboozling.
But
Okay, I
but
fully
if we're
agree
lost
with
with
buying
money,
one bag. I will not
I-
dispute buying a second.
well, we have to see what's available first because we don't know if they're gonna
No.
actually have that or not.
So it's a shopping episode.
Do
Yeah.
do you have a bag of holding that we could give you money for by any chance?
Why not make it the reward?
Mm,
We
well,
want it now.
well, in fairness, you probably do want it now. I can sell you what I've got available in my house now, but whether or not you've got the funds for parts of it is really up to you.
Is
Do
it
you ha-
exactly 17 bags of holding?
Pulls 17 bags of holding.
I've got in every color except sky blue.
Cool. Let's see what you got.
What's he got?
Give me a moment.
He
We
has
must have passed shops and things as well in Hightown on the way, right?
Yes.
He has 2 frogs, 6 hat, and a tricycle.
Oh,
I'll take the
good
tricycle.
fun.
What if both Aaron and I would be like, ooh, tricycle?
Oh my god.
You're already child size. Don't add to the image.
I'm not child size.
No, no, just
right?
that age.
No,
How
Trafalgar is
tall
though.
am I?
Trafalgar is
I'm
child size.
5'5". I'm taller than I am.
I follow
child.
the
She's
race
taller
of
than
race.
me.
How short are you?
Oh,
then?
I want that.
I want that hood so badly.
I want that.
I want the dagger. Oh my god, I want the dagger. I
Oh,
want
I
the
want
hood
those.
too. I want all of it. Can I have all of it, please? Can I do a vax?
Oh my god, I want that hood. How much is the hood?
None of these are my aesthetic.
These are all my aesthetic very much.
Me too.
Hold on. Just,
I'm not even gonna read their abilities.
anyone that asks, he will just like, tell you.
How much is the hood?
Sorry, 1 second. Just making sure I've got all the bits. Here you go, an oldie but a favourite.
Ooh.
Oh, that one's pretty.
I recognize this.
Oh yes.
How much? How much is the dagger? I want the dagger.
Sorry, 1 sec. Just making sure I have definitely everything.
The boots sound like they're perfect for Trafalgar because he could just fucking disappear on us again. I'm out.
So does the dagger. The dagger and the boots are what I want.
Yeah, I want the dagger.
Pause, guys. I need to go to a different plane. Bye.
Bye.
You have the boots. I have the dagger.
But you don't attack with daggers, do you?
I will.
She
I've
sort of
discussed it.
does. She sort of does.
Uh-huh.
Okay, right. First and foremost, are there any questions about any of them before I, not price wise, like wording wise and yada yada.
On a scale of
Is-
1 to 10, how dope would I look in that hood?
When
Bone
the,
mask.
the boots are for 1 second.
yes, so imagine if you were like bound and restrained, for example. You use the boots immediately. You disappear out of the chains. You reappear back in your space. So it's kind
Is
of
it reaction, bonus action to trigger them?
it will be dependent on the moment, but reaction, to be honest. Maybe
But if
even
you
maybe
would-
even movement. I
That's
don't know.
cool.
But if he was grappled in battle, he could use his bonus to get out of the grapple
Mm.
using his boot.
Pretty
That's
much.
really good.
Cool, like that. I like the dagger. The dagger's fine. The
I'll
wand. I'm
fight
not
you for the
bothered.
dagger.
Yeah, I think Estetari's interested in the wand.
I am, but like I don't know. Is it compatible with my class and etc.?
I think anyone can use it.
Yeah, the wand is just all-encompassing as well. Let me change that
I have
because
no magical inclination, so the one is useless to me.
I just
Other
want
than
to look.
you
I just want
pricing
to look
things up.
threatening.
more
Yeah.
than she already does.
I want to add to my aura. And you're not gonna lie, the red eyes are really helping with my
Oh.
daddy
Shit.
issues right now.
That hood's really good as well. I want it all.
Yeah, this is
Plus
all the
8
stuff
to
he's.
your intimidation score.
This is all the stuff he's got.
And I get a bonus to my intimidation score.
You
already.
also have the option for a bag of holding if you do want it.
Ooh.
The bag of holding is
take
more
them all.
like a rucksack of holding. It has multiple pockets, each consist as their own space. So it is the equivalent of 4 bags of holding.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh my god, no way!
How much does that cost us?
That is 500 gold.
Wait, how much did we get in the I've forgotten. I'm sure I wrote it down somewhere, but I have like
Money. My notes are too long.
I checked the room loot because I thought I put it in there, and it just says Lycoris's cart, 1 Lycoris. Where? Oh shit! How much money do we have?
Oh, that is always the fun question, is it not? In a party.
It's in the fucking chat somewhere, but I don't remember how many sessions back it was.
I was gonna say session 14. I've read like we're buying our new outfits. Is it before or after that?
It's after that.
After that.
It would have been about maybe
It
We're
was
fighting Bruin's childhood cult. That was session 15.
that was
Let me just
that's
check
before that
mine.
still.
Money was
before-
very important to me at this point.
Which session are we on now?
Okay, so now I'm looking at session 16. Lycoris makes a distraction while we're all in the basement cutting up
Yeah,
Bruin.
yeah, it's that one. It's that one. That's the session I was given the bag because I had the bag when I was shouting at Trafalgar.
Yeah.
See if I don't feel like my notes are up to scratch.
I've got so many sessions of.
And they're
worth
so
of notes
long.
I've
The
got
notes are
written.
so long. Why do I not say how much money we have?
I rolled back and all I've got is Anessa and Essataria in a deep romance drama, Lycoris and Trafalgar in some gritty detective drug show. Their job is stepping on people, dummy mummy.
Okay, so it happens before we go to the Purple Light District. Is what I've written here.
Yeah,
mean, that's
it is,
fair.
because
Oh, all I wrote was Lycoris picks up a hefty reward bag. I didn't say how much. I'm sorry.
Lee, do you remember what it was? That can be our.
Essatari scowls at Trafalgar.
Come here, sir.
I
I'm literally flicking
honestly.
back through the chat now because I'm
For me, I
Oh,
wrote
me
session
too,
15.
me too.
However, my session numbers are questionable because I lost the first like 10
I
session
think
notes.
this is session 24 if I'm counting correctly.
Honestly,
so-
I have no fucking clue
Right,
I
session
said
wise.
23, so mine might be out by 1 because I lost
I've-
my first 10 sessions.
I've got the entire chat log up for this campaign, and I've searched the word gold. So we'll see if it finds it or not.
Oh.
Do you
Will
think
it
it
be
was
gold
said
or just a G?
So I wrote session 15, but it might be session 16, and I wrote Lycoris picks up a hefty reward bag.
She
When
picks
did,
up-
when did we get a boomerang?
That was at the
I got that.
that was at the start of the
That's-
game, roughly.
That was way that was
That's
before I lost my
that.
That was
notes.
back in
Okay, that's
Alden,
fine.
yeah.
Lycoris put gold 454. This is at some point. What else did we do? It was when we were staying somewhere
yeah.
and we had 2 single rooms and 1 triple, and then Lycoris put 554 equals 90 gold and 8 silver piece. No, that must be before.
So yeah, my session
Oh,
15, it
wow.
starts off with us fighting the Apex, and we go to the bar,
Uh-huh.
etc. That's where we first meet Trafalgar's brother and sister-in-law.
Yeah.
And I ended up saying just, yeah, Lycoris picks up the reward bag, but I didn't say how much.
Okay, it's not on there, so I'm gonna search GP.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
can't
just-
see it.
Actually, yeah, no.
But maybe you can remember, Lee.
I really fucking can't. Right.
I'm sure.
Go A to Z with this. First, what Who's the person you got bounty from?
It was Vorticans, and we got
Romana.
it from one.
Romana was the one who
Woodman's
paid
nice.
us. Romana was the one who paid us.
Fuck. Hold on then. Romana, where are you?
I searched just G, but it's at the end of rolling, so it's so many.
Yeah, I know. I've got 2,550 results for G as well.
I've got lots
How
of
do you
little
not know
notes
how much
on
money it
G,
was?
but it's literally the amount I've pickpocketing people and things.
Did you tell us verbally?
Might have done, yeah.
You know
Is
what?
it on?
Let me check my other notes.
There you go, let's have a look. That's obviously not going to bring him
Oh.
out, but I wanted to have a look anyway.
It was described as a big bag, so
I'm trying to find when I. Oh, there, Trafalgar. What's your allegiance to Trafalgar? So,
No! I was trying to book my swimming session for tomorrow. And then my session timed out because I was trying to find the gold.
I don't have it written down how much the gold
second.
is.
no.
This is why we should all take better notes.
I take such extensive notes, and yet it's still not good.
Okay, well, for this,
Oh, wait! I think you said it in the session with her mother. Because I think the mother said, well, I'll give you this much and then you'll get this much for Vortigern.
No, because I've got in that session the amount that we took, because we asked her to keep some of the reward and send it to Alden, and then the amount that we each took was 19 platinum.
So we've got 19 platinum each.
19 platinum, 74 gold, and 12 silver is what I had noted as what we took. But the rest was going to be sent to Alden, and there was no mention of a total, or at least I didn't know a total.
Have any platinum?
19.
19.
I don't have any.
Was it 19 for all of us?
that would have been
Each, I think.
that would have been
'Cause-
total, because platinum is a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
How many of us are there? 5? Wait,
Mm-hmm.
so what's 19 divided by 5?
Given lack of DM notes, I think we should each get 19 platinum.
Considering I've
rude.
had that on my character sheet or since that session as well.
Hey, I'm going swimming tomorrow morning as well. Yay! I'm going swimming tomorrow morning.
That gives
Thursday morning.
us 3 platinum and 8 gold each.
Not taken off what's going to Alden, or has that already taken off?
That's just from Lady Devane. How much gold we got? 1,917 for Alden.
Oh, no, I mean, either or, to be honest. I was just rolling that for the hell of it.
I've got no notes anywhere, and I have like 12 pages for that session.
Well,
I was gonna say I'm so deep.
I was trying to look back on the videos, to be honest.
That's a good idea.
We'll, for the time being, we'll say it's $2,000 for Alden, set aside. Each of you, as well. Sorry, I'll quick interject myself here. Platinum is 100 equivalent.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gold, from bronze to silver is 10. Silver to gold is 10, and gold to a platinum is 100.
So, how much was the bag?
The platinum one, you mean?
The bag of holding.
Oh, that's 500.
So that's
And how
5
much did
plat.
Yes.
19 17 is the bag from Romana, right?
It'll be 2,000. That's for all.
So the 2,000's for Alden, and
Yeah.
then the 19 platinum is from Lady Devane.
Yeah, for returning her daughter.
And for the sake of getting the debate out the way, we'll say it's another 15 platinum for Vortican, because fucking who knows at this point. And again,
So
that's
50
total.
platinum each, or
Total.
a total?
Total.
God, wait, let me do the mental math here.
That's
I'm
one.
I'm just fucking losing my
So
mind. Ignore
19,
my entire message.
Four, so that's 34 platinum for Vortigan and from Lady Devane. Plus two. What was it?
So,
2,000.
divide it all into gold and work it from gold.
That's
3,400 plus whatever from
plus 2,000. So that's 5,400.
5,400 divided by 5.
But how much are we taking for us, and how much are we giving for?
I'm gonna go to the toilet.
Okay.
Tell me how much
I don't
money
know.
I have out.
Because
How about this?
the way I had it worded in my notes was that
Okay.
Lady Devane was sending some to Alden anyway, so it's how we want to split the other two rewards and separate that from Alden.
For the sake of a degree of simplicity, I'm writing it down as I go as well. 2,000 gold is for Alden. I've got that written here for me, and for you at some point. That's from Lady Devane in the air quotes Hope and Friendship Fund. You've got 15 for killing Vortigan platinum, which equates to 1,500. You've got 19.
Vortigan.
Again, also Vortigan, which is again a prize to you for returning Lady Devane's daughter, which is 1,900 gold. For
So we've got 3,400 for us and 2,000 for Alden.
yeah,
So, and then so that's 3,400 divided by 5. That's 680 gold each.
It's
Woohoo!
gold each. Cool.
gotta love a
And-
party mathematician.
2,000 for Alden. So is the blacksmithing stuff going to come from the Alden fund?
It's really up to you, I suppose.
Well, I guess we'll just see how much it costs when we get to it, because we could all chip in.
I need to go back through my notes and make sure I note the platinum. Cool.
Okay. So how are we buying this bag, guys? Are we each chipping in 100 gold?
How much was it again?
500.
How much were the fountain boots?
Right, head to toe, rucksack is 500, the dagger
Yep.
is 600, the identify rod is 200, and the boots are 150.
What about the hood?
Oh, fuck's sake, hold on. I knew there was something missing.
Sake.
The
Shut
one
up, you.
thing I'm interested in.
No, I just said fuck's sake because I love your initial reaction. You go, oh fuck's sake.
How much was the wand again? Sorry, just for Megan when she gets back.
200.
200.
1 second, where is it?
What?
Doing my mental
Well, what
stuff
is-
then for me. The hood itself is 27T.
I love tea.
Why is mine so expensive?
Yeah, it's magic items, yo. There you go.
Well, I can afford it, and I can afford to give 100 for the bag of holding, but then I've got like 33 gold left after that.
I mean, that's still a pretty stable amount, to be fair.
You are an adventurer, remember?
That's true. Are we getting more rewards soon?
I think I put it downstairs.
I am rich. Because I just got 2,000 gold as well.
I need to find more fucking spell scrolls to sell.
I
You
would
found
like-
my
Just the
wealthy
dagger?
family.
It's all in chat. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I put it on this one as well, just in case.
Yeah.
Go.
Do
Cool.
do this all one at a time. Make sure everybody can hear who wants what and yada yada.
Can I please have the hood?
I would like to lay claim for the boots.
I
My
would like
only
the
interest
dagger.
is the wand.
I want the dagger, please.
I'm willing to give up the cloak if Trafalgar wants it.
I will outbid all of them on everything but the wand in the bag.
It's like if Trafalgar gives up soap, I will let him have.
Exactly. How much are we doing for the bag, guys? Are we doing 100 each, or what?
Can
I
do.
support this.
Yeah, okay. I'll be poor, but it's fine. I was poor before, it's all good.
Has the money for Alden already been taken out of the money we have?
Yeah, it's been taken out of the
Yeah.
equation.
Okay.
Entirely separate.
I was gone.
Okay, so can I buy the dagger and then put 100 into for the bag of holding? Then I'll take that off now.
Is anyone wanting the dagger other than?
all of it's really good for me.
Okay, well
But no.
then we'll do this slightly
We
easier.
can
We'll
share it. We'll
attune.
have joint custody.
Oh.
I have it on the weekends.
Tournament.
I'll attune to it for one day, and you can attune to it to the next. And
Maybe
Yeah.
Tuesday I'll have custody of the dagger. And
Yeah. It is literally perfect for what I was talking to you about as well. Like it is everything that I wanted right there.
It's
I
literally
will-
perfect for a roll.
I will let
as well.
I will let Trafalgar I will let Trafalgar have the cloak
Oh.
because I am intimidating enough as it is. Just
Oh, it's gonna be so small and intimidating.
No, you take it. I don't need it now. You speak down to me like that.
Scary quote.
He has tried.
And I'll make a deal. I'll make a deal with Trafalgar. I'm gonna buy the dagger, and if I don't end up using it as much as I would like to, then I will sell it to you for a reduced price.
Or
Very
you just take it
reduced
from your
price.
pockets.
It's fine.
He's gonna steal it from you at some
I was
point.
gonna say you'll wake up one night and it's not there.
it just
Yeah.
means next load of shopping / loot. Trafalgar gets dibbed first.
Although you see, that's where the fun is, because if he steals it, it's attuned to you, and you can just go, "Ha, bitch, it's in my hand."
That's true. I tell him buy it back to me.
Not if she dead.
Oh, that was a threat.
Just saying.
It's
Just saying.
really hard. I'm extremely squishy. I have 35 hit points.
Okay.
Where are all these items? I seem to. Oh, there we go.
They're all in.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Other
we can't buy them
items.
yet because all the money is back at Orland. So he's.
Oh,
gonna
I just took
bring-
it off.
Oh, you realise I can?
I mean,
Can buy them right now?
I
Can
could
you-
buy some right now as well. Because we both have enough money.
I didn't.
I
Don't buy the dagger.
For the sake of very much brevity, we will go under the assumption that you ask. You say we
We
don't have the
already did
money.
that.
We'll get it later. Yada yada.
Okay.
But the assumption is you say, okay, we'll see you later. You go to Orleans, you get your money. He meets you there. You pay for your bits, and then he goes click clack. You're zippity zapped.
Oh, I
So
do
now I
have
can
a
take
question
it off.
I do have another question for him actually. Now that he's selling things,
Yeah.
I need a symbol of. Where the fuck did I know which symbol I needed? Who did my family serve? Convo? Is that what's on my notes?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. I need a symbol of Kelmvor.
That one is gonna be a little bit harder, given most notable religions around here anyway are of, well, love and other such deities, but I'll see what I can do. You'll probably have to come back for that one, though.
Is there somewhere in town that might have one I can get without coming back? No offense. Seems I'm causing trouble and promise to stay out of trouble, so the less time I spend here, better.
You may find one in... what was the name of the little place? There's a small shop that has little tinkered items. It'll probably end up looking like a slightly modified form of what you're after, but they've got a long white shawl that's hanging over the roof, and the owner is a small gnomish man. I think he's very darker skinned. You'll know as you walk by. He's the only one who works there. He sells mostly little tinker toys, but he sells adjusted figures and fixed symbols of old gods. You'll know when you see him. He's roughly in about where Lowtown and Hightown meet. If you just... and then he gives you like general directions to some extent.
Cool. I'll check it out on our way down there before we meet up with you again later.
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything else, or can I go collect my things?
I think that's it. Am I
the
buying the
wand.
cloak?
That'll
I
be
buy-
when you actually go to Orleans for the
Okay.
sake of...
Okay, that's fine.
Is there
So
is there anything that anyone is relinquishing for Trafalgar to buy now?
I said that he can buy the hood if he wants.
No, I'm fine. I don't need them all that much.
Okay.
They're just nice little bits.
I've made a deal with the dagger too.
Then I will take the hood, please.
Yeah. Deduct from yourself 270. And you may enjoy the hood of malevolent intent.
I am scary now.
Wow.
Now.
I'm scarier now.
I need to,
Reputation
I
is
need to
through the roof.
check my notes and see which abilities I've got myself linked to right now. Oh, persuasion.
Oh,
If we, are we buying now? Because I would like wand.
Wand, please.
One wand, sir.
Yeah.
Where did all these
The
rich
money-
people come
The
from?
money's at the... Well,
That's what I
do
said.
you
That's
have
the thing.
enough
Are we
money?
doing it now or are we doing it then? I'm
We
confused.
can...
Lee did say we're doing it when we get to Orleans.
I thought
But
he
we
was
said for
giving
brevity
us.
we'd gone to Ireland, so we
Be-
got the money
because-
and went out Ireland now.
because there's
we're at
something...
Orleans.
Because there's something in between with Erin needing to do a thing quick, we'll
Oh.
skid over that very quickly. You want a symbol?
Yeah.
It would be a simple, like, 1 silver job.
Cool.
And it is a symbol of the person's name who I don't want to butcher.
Yeah.
It's perfect in symbol, but the brooch that it's on, you see that it's been adjusted so that it's got these adorable little, what looks to be hand-stitched flowers engraved around the symbol itself, and it looks like it had some wear and tear along the metallic part of the structure itself, and he's seemingly like worn it down a little so that it's got fresh. I can't remember what the fuck the symbol looked like, to be honest. But he's renewed it to some extent so that it looks new. But you can see the wear and tear in some small places. But he has made it a little bit cuter.
Nice. So then I will. It's like a badge or
Yeah, you can just like
Something
pin it
like
to
that, yeah.
yourself.
cool. I'll pin it on the inside of my jacket or whatever it is I'm wearing at the minute. just so that I can flash it to my brother next time I see him.
Yeah, as you get that and you all head back to Lowtown, is there anything you guys want to do between Hightown Market and Lowtown?
I lecture on the evils of soap.
So you're just
I
normal.
lecture on the evils of murder.
I lecture on the murder of murder.
I lecture on the evils of thievery and lying to your companions.
I do the same.
Around me and ponder on the fact that I now know there's lots of vampires here.
Including
Don't
the
worry,
one that's walking with us.
I am not a vampire.
Basically.
I'm not a vampire. I don't drink blood. And if you're not kinder to me, I'll start siphoning your energy against your will.
Not a vampire.
I have a whole thing written down. I was telling Lee about this yesterday. It says, what I am is not a vampire. You will not call me a vampire. Firstly, because I don't like the connotation buried in the misguided lore spun by centuries of exaggeration based on the masturbatory fantasies of puerile fiction writers. Secondly, it is simply not true. There you go.
Oh yes. You don't fuck with someone capable of using the full power of the English language.
I'm not a vampire. I don't drink blood. Although, you know, if I get on well enough with my dad, I might be able to become a vampire, and then you're the first person I'm gonna fucking eviscerate.
I mean, technically
Which-
speaking, if you become a proper vampire, he's the first one you can turn into a thrall.
We try.
I could make you live forever.
Do
I
re-
could make
do-
you into a vampire.
Do
and you could
remember-
live forever.
Do remember there's a difference between a thrall and a sire.
I know, but I feel like I wouldn't make them my thralls because that's real mean.
Yeah, they're basically zombies, it's fun.
I'd want my friends to be actual vampires.
Looking at you, Anessa.
You would make quite the sexy vampire.
I would, wouldn't I? A vampire spider, that'd be amazing.
A spider
I'm down for
pyre.
Spider pyre?
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I
Is-
put a door on his face.
No, Giddy.
He's okay, he's here.
Is there
He's followed me because I've got ice cream. Sorry.
Is there anything you guys want to do between? Or is...
I'm just gonna ask Oralinth, do you know what we said about the sending out some get some quotes for how much the blacksmithing stuff's gonna cost and when it would be available and that kind of thing.
Yes.
And then I'll just give her a heads up about us going away, and that I'll talk to her about everything else that happens when we get back, because there's not enough time now, because we've got to go help Book Daddy.
I check out Ilsmith's shop, see if the guards are still there, see if the court mages have arrived, etc.
They
I'm going to
have.
shadow like Horus and make sure she doesn't dob me into Orlymph.
I've been protecting you. I would not dob you in. I've protected you several times now.
And wouldn't by that point of being teleported and being out and about, the disguise that I currently have on would wear off?
Not exactly. You were touched up recently.
Sorry.
With that giggle.
You can tell Rachel definitely hasn't had that much sleep. The immaturity is just spouting out.
I only had an hour-long nap.
No, this
You-
is just her unfiltered.
Wait, you only had an hour?
Yeah. That was good. Actually, it was about an hour and a half. Tell a lie.
Was
Last
it a
time-
delicious nap?
It was so good.
The last time when
You're wrong.
you remember when Lee spam messaged to wake me up, I was on a 3-hour nap.
Naps are horrible. What's wrong with you all? I hate
Naps are
naps.
great, but I do feel really shit when I wake up from a lot of the
Yeah,
time.
you wake up from a nap and you're like, death.
It's
No.
like,
Yeah.
what generation is this?
If you really, really need one though, it can be like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
That's
Just stay up for a couple more hours and go to bed early.
No.
What are
No,
we,
no,
adults?
See, I was falling asleep at my desk at 4:30, and I thought I need to go to sleep now, or else I won't make it through D&D. I will literally fall asleep at like 7 o'clock and not wake up.
See, I've never once woken up for a nap without having a massive headache.
You say that, but Megan, you've never witnessed me what it's like when I'm struggling to stay awake for a D&D session.
That was me last session.
You've witnessed it for me before.
But no, yeah, naps are death.
No, Megan, you have not witnessed what happens to me when I'm struggling to stay awake during a D&D session. Lee can tell you.
And yeah, everyone says how much they love naps, and I'm like, every time I have a nap, I just want to
See?
die afterwards.
Yeah.
It's never once been
You
good.
can vouch for me when I say that genuinely I need a nap before a D&D session if I'm especially tired.
Well, all I'm going to say is I called his mother, so, you know.
Yeah, he called my mother because we're in the middle of D&D session, and they suddenly heard a noise, and they're like, "What is that noise?" Heard it again. They're like, "Is someone snoring?" And it was coming from my microphone because I laid on the bed while listening to D&D. The section bit
Wait,
because
see,
I
that's
was
just bedtime then. That's
Yeah.
just bedtime.
ASMR background noise.
and yeah, pretty much. And Lee just basically messaged my mother being like, "Yeah, I think I am friend of Connor's. I think he's fallen asleep." And yeah, it was very embarrassing because my mum came in like, "Connor, are you awake?" So I was asleep and went, Connor, I'm like,
Your friends
what?
want to go out to play.
And I just hear laughter erupt from my headset as soon as I hear my mother come and go, Connor, were you asleep? And I'm like, she's like, yeah, your friend Lee messaged me saying that you'd fallen asleep. Must have not been a very interesting game then, which I felt horrible because it was a one shot. Lee had put a good bit of effort in, and only for my mum to be like, "Oh, game must not be very interesting if you've fallen asleep." I felt fucking horrible.
Nah, man.
It's a beautiful piece of art. I don't know what you're talking about.
Wow, this game must suck. Oof.
I
On the
really.
other side of the
yeah.
mic, Lee's heart breaks.
Oh, there's a problem with that. I don't have a heart, so it's fine.
And I like it. Connor's snoring, Lee's crying, everyone's laughing.
Pain.
That's what D&D's about, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody suffers a little bit, especially me and my art.
Yeah. Oh.
I put all this effort. Nobody loves me. I'm dying alone.
You're not
Yeah,
dying.
you
I'm
said you're
telling.
You're dying.
Did you say
emo,
you're
aren't
dying
you?
alone? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't think Jake would be very happy with that statement.
Hey, look, I could
No, I
still
tell
die
you.
alone. Like,
Everyone dies alone.
yeah, exactly. See, she
You're
gets
not
it.
allowed.
She
No,
gets it.
Megan, why?
Yes, embrace your emo self.
Embrace eternity.
Emo never dies. Yeah, embrace eternity.
I'm not dying alone, to be honest.
That's very threatening.
I'm taking you with me.
Taking someone with me.
We gotta hold hands while I stab them repeatedly.
I'm not going alone.
I'm going to somewhat be like, have someone take me and be like, to a lava.
I was gonna say
An
that
active,
sounded.
an active volcano. And just be like, I just need you to take me up there and push me if I just to help because I'm gonna cower out. And they'll be like, okay.
Yoink.
And they push me, and then I'll yoink their hand, and go, you're coming with me.
You're gonna be me.
Euthanasia services. I don't think they include throwing a live person into a volcano.
Well,
Very
they
Lord of the
should.
Rings to me.
Hey, they might do it in Hawaii.
Cast the ring into the fire.
Exactly. It's poetic, okay?
All right, sluts. So, D&D,
Please.
good
Yeah.
game. Buy all of your shit. Who's buying the wand of identification?
Megan.
On the one. But if someone else says they want it, I'll back
They will not. They can go fuck themselves. Megan, that will be specifically the amount of gold written in chat, please. Which is 200 gold.
down. Fortunately,
You're welcome.
easy maths.
Okay.
Look sharp.
I will move the wand of identification upwards. If you are the proprietor, requires achievement, blah
added-
blah blah.
Do you just add it into your equipment and add the shit on it?
Yeah, just basically make a note of it in your equipment. If it has any charges, where you would normally have ammunition, just write charges, item name. Who is buying Dusk Dagger?
Molly.
Me.
Okay, reduce from your person, specifically 600 gold.
I did it.
Oh yeah, and of course add that to your equipment. If you want, just add a dagger from the drag and drop, and I will adjust it for you.
Okay.
But
Is it just a normal dagger?
no, it's a magical dagger, but I will write all that down for you if you want, because it's got different stats.
Okay. Okay. I already got 2 normal daggers on me, but this dagger's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it just added another. Hold on. No wait, it did do it separately. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I put dagger in there.
Who would like the phantom boots?
Yeah, spray wood.
Then give me 150 gold, you bitch.
Okay, 150 now being deducted. Right, so once I do quick math, that will take me to 675.
Who's gonna
Yep.
carry the bag?
The rucksack.
We've not bought it yet.
But when we buy it, I think
Nice.
Esatari should carry it because she's the most responsible.
That is true.
Okay, deducted 150.
Add, just make a new bracket in your item list and just call it the boot's name, and then copy and paste the information in the drop down thingy for it.
Okay.
And then yeah, just keep
So-
tabs.
As I say, it's just normal bits, isn't it? Yep. Okay, dokie.
They are magical boots, but technically
Mhm.
speaking, the game doesn't really have much,
In
unless
the form
someone's.
of booties.
No, they don't really have much in regards to boots being important enough, unless someone's specifically targeting them for dispel magic or something like that. It's not affected by most things, unless someone's literally trying to like cut your boots and they're magical boots, and they're like, why are they not breaking?
Mhm.
But yes.
Okay. Shit.
So have Anessa and Esatari gone to the shop whilst we were getting everything ready and paying the money and all that stuff.
Yes. As well, if you guys are taking the rucksack, talk amongst yourselves now who has and who hasn't taken off 100 gold. Because I'm assuming.
I take off the 100 gold.
I should take up 100.
I will take it off now.
Last but
I
not
shall
least.
also take off 100, feeling pressured into this.
I was waiting for that. Okay. I will get you an item thing for that at some point. It will literally just be an image. It is what it is. You know what a bag of holding does.
It holds things.
Holds many things.
Blow my mind.
Trafalgar,
What things-
are you happy with Esatari holding it, or do you want to hold it, seeing as it'll hold the chest?
Oh, I've been paid for the chest, so it's of no concern to me now.
Okay. Esatari, are you okay holding the bag, or do you want me to hold it?
Don't mind, either way.
Roll for it.
I'm more just thinking, should I hold it because if anyone attacks us for the bag, I can take more hits than she can.
Probably.
You can, but you also have a tendency to wander off by yourself.
Yeah, that's true. I'll stay safe.
Okay, so if anyone attacks for the bag, we have to agree to all dive in and protect.
Well, she has a harem, so you know she's going to be more safer than anyone.
I assume they'll all leap out at one point. Also, I now have a new ability that I can teleport away from danger.
Okay, good. So you have the bag, and if anyone gets too close to the bag, you
Blink.
teleport away.
No, but that implies no one gets too close to me.
There we go. Rucksack of holding. Nice.
Oh, as well, actually, 'cause it makes sense. I will give you all control over the sheet because you're going to be dropping stuff in it.
Thank you.
Can I just?
Mhm.
Can we just immediately put the weed chest plus gem in it?
The chastity chest.
So,
Sorry,
when
chastity chest.
When we get back to Orleans, I'm gonna immediately go with Trafalgar to take out the chest, put it straight in the bag of holding.
Yep.
And I'll just hold on to the bag of holding until the others return.
I will make note to you all, as evident as we learned with the money thing, if even a small amount of time goes by and I don't know what's going on with a certain item, I will not remember it for you. So I hope to fuck you guys keep up to date on that, because I am a fucking idiot. I will remember none of it.
Okay.
Like, I kept the notes that we got given money. I just didn't make the notes of how much.
Yeah.
In my defense, I'm terrible off when it comes to memorizing numbers.
Oh yeah, same. It's fucking horrendous.
Me too.
So my memory thing is great for remembering certain subjects and shit like that, just not numbers or money and stuff.
Numbers are safe and comfortable.
Same.
You're all weird.
No,
What?
that's scary. It took me 3 years. 3 years to memorize my phone number.
I still don't know my number.
Before we
And I've had it for 4 years.
Before we-
know your
before we
own
get on a
number.
weird tangent with numbers, I know that a lot of you are
Okay.
teachers and you would love to tell the kiddies. Trust me, I would love to watch. Let's finish and then we can shout at each other about how stupid we all are. Mostly me.
Okay.
To the shop. To the shop. Go, go, go. Pretty ladies, go to the shop.
So, the prettiest ladies of them all wander together hand in hand, subtly wanting to smooch each other at every second. No. You two...
It's
you
in
two
my
walk-
head.
It's pretty accurate. That's all I can say.
Restrain yourself.
Restrain yourselves, charlatans. Yeah, you head
Charlotte.
You head to the shop. On your way here, before going into Orleans and dropping, getting stuff and whatnot, there is a guard that's out the front currently talking with a figure that's wearing what looks to be kind of like almost an infiltrator's uniform. There's barely any difference between the colorations of blacks, but you can see what looks like the outlines of some kind of padded armor around their body, and a full head covering that looks to be some kind of maybe like rubber almost. They have what looks to be a long like staff along their back, and these strange gloves with what look to be a clawed point on one of the fingers with a golden coloration. And they're currently talking, and as you kind of like casually look inside on your second time, as you come out and look around, you see that the figure that was talking with the golden like claws moved inside and is talking with some other figures, each of which are holding their staff up and illuminating portions of the room. And as you walk up, there is a guard still in front of the door, looks toward the pair of you. Is there anything you say or do, or do you just look?
Can we tell it's a different guy from the one we spoke to before? Is it a different shift, etc.? Do
Uh,
you recognise anyone?
you see he looks maybe a little bit shorter, but you can't tell if that's the armor or not.
So like, yeah, so that implies it's not the same.
More than likely, yeah.
Okay,
I
how far away are we at this point?
As
Are we
far
like
as you
really
want.
like pretty close to him now?
Yeah, if you want to be.
Do we try this the usual way, which failed last time, or do you want to be sneaky?
I'd like to try it the honest way.
I look disappointed, but understanding and admiring. Okay. Who's more charismatic? Probably you.
Probably me. I just fail every roll anyway. Don't worry about it.
I'm 16 charisma.
I'm
Do
18.
you want to try and
I just still do
convince them?
absolute trash. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'll let you speak to them because I didn't do well last time.
Just a small sidetrack note. Those of you with the items that say require attunement, you have to sit still for an hour focusing on the thing to attune it to yourself to use it. Otherwise,
Just an hour. I thought it was longer than that.
no, not in my case anyway. So yeah, until you do that, it is basically just a thing in your hand.
Can I sit and do that whilst they're at the shop?
Yeah.
I was assuming I wouldn't be able to do it until like a decent amount of rest time, so I was not planning on.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I will go up to the guard.
Yep.
And close behind.
So I came by earlier because I'm friends with the proprietor of this shop, and I was very worried about what's happened here. I was told that the court mages were gonna come, and that hopefully they would know more. Has anything more been found out? Is there anything you can tell me?
I've sort of got small bad news for you in that regard, but maybe hopeful news.
Tag whimper.
They found traces of a struggle, but that was simple to figure out, honestly. The major said that there've been small traces of a struggle on his part against his attackers, but also a minor return fire. So, by the stem of what they've told me, they used some kind of mental. I don't know the specific words they used, but it translates roughly to subjugation, something to make him numb, slow, docile. So, if it helps at all, I believe at the very least they've taken him for whatever it is he can do, which means they need him. So they'll keep him alive if that's any at all small good news to you. But we maybe have tracked down a location of the perpetrators, though whether or not we can get to him is something of a problem. Beyond that, I myself don't know more. You would have to talk to one of the mages themselves, though if they'll tell you anything is, well, unfortunately not my say.
I'll wipe away a tear and say, "Can I talk to them? Would that be okay?"
I can ask if they'll speak. One of the Inquisitors might want to talk to you, actually, if you know anything about him in general. Just hold on. Turns around, opens up the door, walks inside. He just kind of like raises his hand, and someone at the back who's currently sitting at Iltzima's desk, just like funneling through, trying to find some bits. He looks up, stands up, and as he stands, he's like very lithe, but he's also very, very like long in general. His arms are like these very long things that almost his fingertips could touch the ground. He has to actually like kneel down just a little bit so his head doesn't scrape along the wall. And he walks toward the door, walks out, and he stands up about a good 8.5 feet tall. But again, he is very scrawny. And he looks down toward you and then slowly sits, legs crossed. And even then, he goes to about 6 foot. And he looks at you with a head slightly tilted. And with the goggles on, covering his eyes, he peels one of them back slowly, and you see very like dark brown skin and these lovely kind of like crystalline colour eyes. And as he tilts his head looking at you, he says, "And who might you be?"
I'm a friend of the person who ran this shop, and I've I've been very worried all day about what's happened.
Have you any interaction in the last day half?
I glance at the sky. I'm not sure if it's been a full day yet or not.
Hmm.
We we saw each other very recently.
Would you mind me asking in what context you saw him?
They were boning.
We did not. Someone fucking ruined the bit.
There was an attempt at boning.
There was an attempted boning.
Yeah, there was an attempt. We both we met at the art show in Lowtown.
You see, he lowers the goggles, and then as he lowers them and you can't see his eye anymore, there's this weird, very small sensation that wafts past you, as if a faint bit of magic has just ended, but you never felt anything interact with you, magically speaking. And it is kind of weird.
Don't like it.
Well then, you don't seem to be lying, so I will inform you. It appears he has been taken by members of the Apex Faith, which was obvious. But it appears they are but a subsection of the cult. They have taken him toward a base in the Onima Void, a place that is commonly forest land, though I'm pretty sure this information might be pointless to you. They will be subjugated and summarily, more than likely, executed for their crimes against one of our people, as the Onima Void is not a government of any kind. It is but a rabid wasteland. We will do what we have to. He will be returned eventually. Whether or not that's in one piece, I cannot promise you, but at least I know where, when, and or who.
You talk as though he's already reached the Onima Void. Is that just speculation that you know where he's going, or do you know more?
And that is where he is being taken. He will not reach there unless they have magic capable of instantaneous movement. From what a scout of mine said, if his life register still spits and weaves as we have seen it, he is currently on the Iron Path, but he will inevitably get to the Void, and he will be whatever it is they demand of him. But like I said, we have time. We are just trying to trace specific energies. We need to know what we're dealing with, because that certain little subsection of that pitiful cult, we cannot trust if they are still the same little ones with pitchforks and flaming sticks, or if they've actually got magic now. Because if they can subdue someone of his caliber, however menial it is, we cannot risk sending just anybody.
Multiple questions. So you already know that he's definitely been taken by them. Do you know why?
That is a good question. The analysis from the less magically inclined said that it seemed a struggle solely for him, so there is no motive financially. All of his bits remain intact, bar a few books that, far as I can tell, are inconsequential to the fact. It seemed as if they were trying solely to put up a ruse. By my own personal expert opinion, they took him for the sake of ransom. and left the information of his items being taken solely to try and make sure that people that need to know, and people that don't expect otherwise, but they didn't expect anyone with a degree of sense. And now here we are.
So you seem to know
Mm.
something about this subsection that's taken him. Would you be able to elaborate on that? Would you be okay with passing on more information?
Make a persuasion check. Do so with advantage as well.
I'm genuinely concerned.
I'm back.
Hello.
Ooh.
Welcome back.
He kind of leans forward a little bit and then leans back. They are, far as I know, originally from Janasta, where the rest of them hovel. But, far as I've heard, they had a little dispute a little while back, where one portion of the cult wanted to continue its rather clandestine activities. I don't know the details of it, but I know it's vulgar. They wanted to capture people for their righteous or spiritual nature, but beyond that I don't know and I don't care. The actual faith said something along the lines of worship being done by the faithful and the potent of the radiant kind, and that will bring back their little world and their gods. But this little cult were another split off from the main cult, and they decided to take things into their own hand, and they come by every now and again trying to hide in amongst my people, and they hurt them, those with even a minor inclination toward those of the godly kind, even those who simply worship. My little niece was taken, and so I decided to put my own little faith in my magical ability and hunt them whenever they dared step foot. And so I'm here. So yes, I do have something of a stake in this as well. And don't worry, though my methods are rather time-consuming, I will find them. And either I will get vengeance, or I will destroy their little cult finally.
So sorry. I didn't know.
No, please, I don't need the theatrics. I need information. Do you have
Would it-
anything that could help me find them faster? More specific, do you have anything of his
Anything of his?
that's intimate? Books are blasé, they don't have his genetic, his emotional touch. I need something I can trace him with.
His boxes.
We know sex, okay?
Seems like a bit of a sore point.
Yeah, he's obviously given me books. And I know we gave him a leaf. But
He's probably holding on to that leaf like, oh, I was so close, and now I'm stuck with a load of lunatics, and all I have is a leaf to remember her
I
by.
assume he pressed it
He's-
between
he's-
a book.
He's
Nope.
holding onto that leaf so harsh just while me and you spent the night together.
He clutched that leaf, thinking of
Don't
you.
make it harder. Don't make this harder already. Okay, I don't think we have any. I don't think I have anything else. Am I wrong? Ah, don't say this.
I've got some
Check
grey.
through your inventory.
I've got some grey dust stuff that I took from his shop.
You
Don't know
took
about
his dust, but I don't know about that.
That's fair.
Can you not use the books that he gave you?
Apparently not.
Just say
Can I give you
no.
a flower?
He said he needed an intimate and personal relation.
It's not you.
I am the gift.
Oh, cheer up. No, I don't have anything of that nature.
I would have.
So you have intentions.
Oh.
Good. Well, if you think of anything else, inform one of them and they'll inform me. I'm returning to my duties.
Sorry, first, would it be possible for me and my friend to look inside? Would that be allowed?
Entirely incorrect.
It was a question, not a statement, but okay.
And I gave you an answer.
Yeah, but it wasn't a question, so it didn't demand an answer. This man's crazy.
You're not there, fool.
You're not there, fool.
A question can't be incorrect.
I think
Okay.
you'll find that your question was incorrect. It's not
But
if
it wasn't
you can
a
come.
question.
It's not if you can come in, have a look. It's why should you.
Because I'm very concerned about Itzma, and I'm hoping that I might be able to see something that might mean anything.
He leans
Probably
in.
not, but it would bring me some comfort.
He leans in a little closer until you're like a couple of inches face to face. He tilts his head a little. You hear this slight click of the neck.
Ew.
Do you think you could find anything more than investigators and inquisitors?
Probably not, but it would bring me some comfort.
I'm afraid comfort does not factor. If you can't bring me facts,
It's
or
why I was
evidence.
asking in the first place.
then no.
Also, I know this man probably better than you. I might notice. I've been here before. I might notice something out of place.
Make a persuasion check.
Ugh.
No.
Rude.
Is that all?
Like I said, it was just a question. It was just a request. Nothing more. Thank you for informing me about the updates. I appreciate it.
Are we inside at the moment? Like, was
No.
he inside?
No, he came out to you.
Are we in the doorway?
He's currently sat in front of the doorway.
Okay. Can we see through the doorway? At
I
all?
mean, you can see through the windows. Like the windows have been smashed and they've all been pulled off by this point, so you can see inside.
Okay, I wanna just peer through the window, like, and just see if anything looks different to how we saw it before.
Make a history check. Make a history check.
Okay. Also, did he say that some books had been taken?
Mhm.
Ah, fuck.
You don't really remember. There's just a
Okay.
shitload of books.
Can I ask him if there is any log of the books, and if they could find out what books have been taken, if there's any significance of that?
He turns, looks at you, tilts his head. And who are you?
I'm also a friend of a friend, and I just gesture to her unnecessary.
We were all spending time together.
At the gentleman's club.
At Atlesia Cement, we were all together.
And when was this?
The night before.
Again, I think
Yeah,
last night.
2 nights.
And where was this information prior?
What?
We don't know what day we've had a very long day, okay? Very,
But
very
I was
long.
with
It
him
feels
last
like
night.
it's
He
been
was
weeks.
also there.
Yeah, that's the last time we saw him.
That
Last night.
Probably.
information is very useful.
I said it already, did I not?
I'm sure you. I'm sure she did say it.
You didn't.
You
You
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah, he said it.
No.
You met at the.
You
art
said
Yeah,
at
the
the
art
art
show. The art show
Oh.
probably yesterday.
Mm-hmm. The art show.
But yes, we were together. What
The
time
art
was it
show.
last night? It was quite late on, and then we were doing karaoke, and then he left.
This
Oh no, he left before the karaoke.
You left during the karaoke.
During the karaoke, I'm not sure if maybe he just didn't like our voices. Maybe that's when he was taken. He might have gone outside for a
turns-
breather.
He kneels down a little bit and looks inside through the window, and he makes the small whistle tone, and one of the other inquisitors inside, with the staff currently aimed toward a series of books. You see this small array of lights coming off of the staff, and then it recedes back into the staff as he turns, looks toward him, walks toward the door. The very lanky fellow stands and steps out of the way as this guy comes out, and he kneels enough so that it's not too absurd. This one said that he was found in, and then turns to his left, there, roughly before the incident. Go investigate. And then turns to look at the pair of you as that one nods, walks off. It probably won't bear fruit, but at the very least, it might allow us to identify anyone involved. And if we can do so, you may have just sped up his recovery. Because if we can find someone who belonged to the cult, and we can find any culprits related to them, we might be able to counter-ransom, or at the very least, imprison some cohorts.
Ooh.
Can't remember. Do we know
We
that,
could.
that Trafalgar was also in the shop
No.
that night? So we don't know. We don't know.
It was
Trafalgar
never
just
confirmed.
Trafalgar just said he was
He-
nearby and he escaped.
He
never-
did
yeah.
say,
never said
right?
he was in
He
there.
he fought all the cultists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is he saying, right? Have I got this right? He's saying that if we were to get a hold of one of the cultists, he would be able to essentially identify other cultists from that cultist. Does that
Yep.
make sense?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what he's saying.
Either that or someone who's helped a cultist.
Helped a cultist.
Or that's linked to
Um,
the Apex, like our man Brewing,
Mhm.
who's in the bar at the minute.
Well, would he count as
Mm,
being linked
no.
to them, and would that work?
It
I'm
wouldn't.
thinking, right? Would it be too risky? Like, we already know that he's on the Iron Red, but then we don't know if he gets past that point before us, and we don't know where he's going to go. So, do we try and draw a member of the Apex using Bruin as bait?
Yeah, but is it not
that
just
too
better?
risky?
Is it not better to just see if he's there or not? Because at the moment we're doing a lot of thinking, but we could just
Just
catch
get
them.
Luplar to send us to Alden, put them off.
Yeah, but when we get to Alden, if he's on the way to Alden or has already passed Alden.
Because he said that he seems to be on the Iron Path. Like, do we know where the Iron Path is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just before Alden.
I
So
can
if they're
see
on
it
the
there,
Iron
yeah.
Path,
But we know that.
Yeah, no, you've
we've
been there.
through there.
and if they've gone
So-
past, the only way to get past is to go through Alden. So
To
someone
go
at
through
Alden,
Alden, yeah,
will
so
have
we
seen
could,
them.
cut them off.
Yeah, and they're
Um,
friendly with us, so
so-
they'd say if they saw someone. Like, we won't have
Yeah.
to worry
You
about
you
them flying.
literally saved the town. There's no way they wouldn't
Yeah.
tell you. Oh, this
Yeah.
guy was being kidnapped.
How long would it take to cross the Iron Path then?
No, we got we've got
No, we're
immediate
getting, we're getting teleported. It took like
Yeah.
3
No, I'm
days.
talking
for us
about for
before.
them.
It took us
I'm
3
talking
or
about for
4
them to
days.
cross it.
It depends
Okay.
on what they're, how fast they're going, how often they
Yeah.
stop, and if
What?
they are concerned. Oh no, sorry. If they've got good mode of transport, like good horses,
Yeah.
a cart, or if they've got like fucking magic.
Okay, I'm just thinking about like the time frame and stuff because he disappeared last night, so that means that they set off between late
if
last
they're-
night and
If they're already
early
on
this
the
morning.
Iron Path already, it implies they might have some form of magical transport.
Yeah, they're
I'm
traveling
thinking.
quick.
So the sooner we
yeah, 'cause
teleport,
we're-
the better.
Yeah. Okay then. Right. Did he answer my question about the books that were missing?
I think he just told you to fuck off, didn't he?
Sort
Oh.
of, yeah.
Essentially.
I think
okay.
it got kind of like mixed between that and mentioning
Yeah.
the other bits, the brothel.
Yeah.
Air quotes.
Okay.
Air quotes.
Answered your
Did he tell me
question
to
with a
fuck off?
question.
No,
If I
it
press him
didn't.
about it, will he answer me?
I mean, could do.
I mean, he told Esatari to piss off, so
I never got it that hard a
No.
terms.
The book.
Yeah,
the books,
but it was
though,
implied.
The books. Is there
I thought we'd-
significance to the ones that are missing? Surely he has a log in there somewhere of the books that he has. I mean, he seems like the type of person who would keep a log of every single book. Have you
Yeah,
checked the books that are missing?
do you think they've had enough time to go through every book since the
Where's
Yes,
his
they've had
Excel
fucking
spreadsheet?
ages. Exactly. Where is your
yeah,
spreadsheet?
But
I
the,
say that knowing I have my own Excel spreadsheet
Yeah.
of the books I own.
the way Lee explained it was like it was almost like a hoarder's. It had so many
Yep.
books. It was literally like there's no way they've gone through all those books
Oh.
in a day.
Oh,
And
babe,
he
the hoarder.
organised the books by colour rather than subjects or
Exactly.
alphabetically or by author.
Mhm.
Whimsy.
Okay,
The
we
guy's
don't have
a
enough time.
nutter.
I just want to make sure that
Hey.
if he's been taken for some reason, he might have had a book that only he could read or translate, or maybe something's important. I don't know. Anyway, right. We'll just see when we get there, I guess.
Let's just
Okay.
teleport to him as soon as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
Thank you
I-
for your time.
Yeah, I thought the guy had been very nice.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was being told to fuck off. I
Other
thought
people
he
might
was
say
being
otherwise.
quite polite and just professional within, his own realms. I am
Yeah,
not
it was
taking any
okay.
offence here.
I guess he was okay.
Yeah,
I've taken
so
offence on your behalf.
I thank him very much
I
for
took
his help
offence
and
on
his
her behalf.
cooperation.
But if he ever like raised his tone or like spoke harshly to her, I'm just like tensing next to her, just like. I'm that presence that's like, I am her bodyguard. Fuck off. Even though I
Mm.
think you're taller than me.
I am, definitely.
Okay, shall we go back to the place?
Ophelia's lament, and we're all
That's
gonna
it.
get teleported.
Yes, please.
Mm.
I can add that to my notes now. Ophelia's lament, because I was like, I can't remember what it's called.
I am right?
I remembered
Yep.
lament, but that was it.
Ophelia's lament.
Cool.
Ophelia's lament. I just keep thinking about Titiana's bosom.
Titania's bosom.
Me too.
That's the only like pub that I'll ever remember ever. Okay, yeah, we'll go back.
Before you both head off, what are your names?
What is he asking?
This isn't in an official capacity, by the way. It's more my own curiosity.
So why is he asking?
Who wants to date you?
Oh no! He wants to join the
The
harem.
harem strikes again.
I'm Esatari, and I'm
Yeah.
the one who is. I know Ilsma, and I'm the one who's mostly curious. This is just my friend who's here to support me.
Just my friend.
I'm excluding you from any culpability here, okay?
My friend. I have so much turmoil inside of me, but I'm like, my name is Asatari.
I'm here like.
No,
oh,
my name's
wait.
Vanessa, not Asatari.
I'm like here like way to go. She won't have to answer any awkward questions. She's not culpable in any of this.
That is not what I thought at all. Just a friend. It's not what you said last night.
I'm spooning.
It was private.
No one else knows about that yet. I've not told anyone.
No, I'm not telling anyone. It was just between us.
Yeah.
Everybody's already figured it out.
No, you haven't. No, you
have.
haven't. You
You
haven't.
don't know what went on.
You don't know. You don't got no idea. We described it in great detail. It was amazing.
Mm.
I'm drawing fanfic.
It was quite
about it.
explicit.
You're drawing
Lee
fanfic
told us
over
off.
it, did you just say?
Yeah, Lee told us off multiple times because we were so disgusted.
Yeah, it was fucking nasty. What's wrong with Barry? Like, see, the thing is fine, Chloe. Like, your character, that's all fine. Yeah, I expected that, but
Yeah.
but Megan, I mean,
I know people expect stuff
Do-
from me.
do people actually even twist in that way?
I'm sorry to let
Like-
people down.
They
J-
do
it-
now.
I mean, it gave me some ideas. Not gonna lie. But anyway, that's not the point.
Oh, it was great. It was great.
Yeah, none of you can presume to know what went on.
I have heart in my eyes. As she says, just my friend. I did friend zone myself, but then we had last night, and now I'm confused again.
Look, man, you're helping me investigate the disappearance of my boyfriend. Okay,
It's not
it's
official.
it's gonna be confusing no matter what.
It's not official.
Not
Okay,
official.
I'm going to turn away from the man and just be like, "Thank you. You've been very helpful."
He nods, returns.
All passion gone.
Yeah.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
You're
Yeah.
very helpful. I'm just gonna go with my very
Goodbye.
platonic friend back to the brothel.
Yeah, we're just going to go back to the
It's
brothel
not
together.
a brothel.
The fucking brothel.
I don't understand what the problem is.
Okay, so you head in. You see the others are attuning to their items, I assume.
Yeah.
No, because I got cooked out.
You did get a massive bag of expensive drugs.
You
Mm.
did. And you've got that fucking money from the chest or whatever. I don't know what it was.
You'll never know.
Crime
Mum.
does pay.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Until you go a bit too far and you get threatened to be given to vampires for dinner.
Yeah,
Correct.
well, already hit that point, so.
Peak.
So you head inside. You inevitably do attune to your bits. You get all
Hey,
your
guys.
shit.
Could I attune to my dagger? Or do we have to go like right now? Would an extra hour for me to attune?
No,
make a
that'd be fine.
difference?
That'd be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
Right now.
Which I might as well attune to my wand.
Mm.
Woo!
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So as you attune to your bits, you. One sec. Okay.
Do I have to add anything to my dagger? I've just put dust dagger and that's it.
Yeah, no, I'll deal with it. Don't worry. I'll put
Okay,
the
thank you.
bits and pieces in for you.
Thanks.
You each attune to your bits. As you attune to your dagger, there's this kind of feeling as you're holding the dagger. It's a normal dagger. But as you finally attune to it, while holding it, it feels as if it becomes light as a feather, and you kind of just like flick it around in your hand. Just like, oh, that's weird. You kind of swing it a couple of times. You feel nothing, but you hear the whipping of the wind as you slash across it.
Nice.
For the hood of malevolent intent, as you finish attuning to that, you feel as the mouthpiece kind of like closes around your face very lightly, as if you know, it's just air covering your face, and as it covers your mouth, the rest of your face gets cloaked in this blackness, like a living shade almost. You feel no different on your side of things from your perspective. It's normal. You can see outward, though you have something of a very thin black shimmer across your eyesight. But you can still see as normal, speak as normal, all the fun stuff. Though, when you activate the effect, the one thing I didn't include in that for the sake of fun, is when you activate the eyes, until you actually cause someone to be frightened, you have a quite audible distortion. So like where normally you'd be like, oh hey, hi, I'm me, it'll sound like, hi, and
Nice.
you'll have a nice little
my
fear factor
God.
added on top. Yeah, for you.
You gotta talk in that voice all the time now, Rachel.
Only
You
when I'm doing the ability.
only while the ability is active. You feel that presence of like power when you activate the eyes, which of course you won't know until you use it. But you feel as if you're forcing your will through your body, through your eyes, toward whoever you look at, within certain range and yada yada. With the phantom boots, as you put them on, attune to them, and you inevitably come to a sense of cognitive awareness that you're attuned, and you kind of just stand up, jump around a little bit. Doesn't feel any different. But then, as you kind of look down towards your feet, there's this what looks to be almost like see-throughness to the boots, that you can perfectly see through them. You can't see your legs. You can just literally see straight through the boots. But it's only available to see when you yourself see it. Everyone else just sees normal boots. There's no like spectral imaging or anything. But when you look at them, it's like, hmm. And as for the wand of identificado, as you attune to it even, the gem at the top lights up with this. What's Esatari's favourite colour?
Oh.
Megan?
Yeah?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Sorry.
What's your
A
favourite colour?
silvery grey.
Okay. So the gem at the top becomes a silvery grey colour instead of a base blue as it is. And you see little motes of just light come dripping off of it as you attune to it. And whenever you use any of the bits for it, it will illuminate that same colour. Little bits of light will come off of it and illuminate whatever it is you're targeting, or the area you're targeting. And there's
Nice.
your fancy dancy items.
Nice.
Woohoo!
We are coming up to 10, so I will do the last bits of fancy dancy teleportation stuff.
Uh-huh.
He walks in, sees you each. You all get a little moment where you see him talking with Orlinth, and it seems a very professional engagement. And she gets the gist, and you all walk to. I'm presuming it'd probably be. Sorry, doing brain here. Lycorus's room, a room that's got enough space for him to draw the sigil on. As he leads you to the room, he draws a long runic sigil that takes a good like half an hour for him to finalize. Though it looks very intricate and it has a lot of stars and will look to be interconnecting lines leading them together, and a circle in the middle that has the symbol of House Blackgale, which is just a single, what looks to be whip of mist with a small circle in the centre of it. And he draws that symbol in the centre of the interconnecting circles. And as he finishes that off, he takes a small bite of his finger and drips some blood onto it. And then he takes a few steps back outside of the circle, holds his arms as far apart from each other at a low angle toward where his hips are. And you start to see this pooling of a gentle black, misty energy come from his palms. And he looks towards you each as his eyes start to glow a very bright purple. Are you all ready to go?
Me and Brewin get flashbacks.
Make history checks with disadvantage.
Shit. Oof.
Ooh.
There's something in the coloration and the moment with him standing there as he's moving away from the center, but all you really get is the image that she's already seen, where you see, covered in shadow, Sefton, or at least what she knows as Sefton, with the bright reds, with Lee Devane to his left. You see, of course, Lupilla as he's walking out of the way. You see Merrick, you see Ishi, all moving around the circle, and then Sefton moving toward the middle with each of you. But then that small memory breaks from there, and you actually feel a slight migraine kick in. But beyond that, no.
Oops.
So, as he pours the energy into it, the circles start to illuminate with bright purple energy. The symbols of the stars and his house symbol also illuminates with a darker, bright, purplish, with a slight tint of blue hue energy. And he motions for you each to step into the circle. Okay.
Forward.
So as you each walk in together, he slowly pushes his hands closer and closer, his eyes shutting very slowly. And then as his hands connect, his fingertips connect together, he falls into something of a trance. And then, with a quick whip motion, throws his hands back, his eyes break wide open again, and he looks toward the ceiling. His pupils have turned into just perfect pearls of purple colour, and light starts to pool out from them. And then you all are snapped by the circle as it quickly converges on you. And you each feel yourselves almost like dismantled, but it doesn't feel displeasant. You feel every atom, every fibre of your being drawn apart for but a moment, and then you reappear and you look to the ground beneath you. The ground itself has been scorched for a good 5 to 7 or 8 foot radius, and you each feel this minor grogginess for a moment. And as you look around, you are all intact. All of your gear is still in your person as you kind of take a general look. And very quickly you are hit with the smell of what is quite literally just manure. As you look around and you can see the farmlands that they've made their own. You can see the cows are in their pens. You can see the one large portion of land that was destroyed by the trapper has slowly but surely been fixed to an extent. It's not going to be usable for a while, but they've at least removed a large chunk of dead earth, and they seem as if they're trying to remedy it slowly but surely, but nonetheless it is still dead land to them. You are roughly 200 feet away, but because it is literally about to be 10 o'clock, we will end it there. And go again next time.
So I'm ending my notes. Teleported to Alden. And where are we? We're in the farmer's fields.
Yes, which is pretty much just next to the bridge itself.
Are they still all shitty from when they were poisoned?
Yep, for the most part.
Nice.
You can kind of make out what parts of the land have been tainted as opposed to what hasn't.
Damn it, I wish I was still a druid.
Last minute notes. Of course, Erin, you do have inspiration for the recap. Is there any questions? Recap dice or otherwise?
I can't think of any.
Does anybody not have inspiration?
Me.
I can't remember how I had it last time. I had it before, so I assume I still have it. I don't know.
I mean, if you've not used it, yeah.
I don't have any. I don't know if anyone else has not got any.
I have it.
Have we got
I
another
don't mind though if you want to use it.
Connor? Does Connor have it?
Convolution?
Yeah, I have it.
You've got it? Cool. Right, so Chloe has inspiration as well then.
Ah, thank
If
you.
the- If there's no questions, I have a spare one. So I give that to somebody.
Okay. Right then. That is session.
Cool.
Thank you all, as always. You are fucking beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry
we
that
love it.
we went off on so many tangents.
No, fuck it. No. Look.
As always.
The
They
o-
keep reading us in.
The only reason I would ever be mad about a tangent if it took up way too much time. Like I have a home game where that's all it is. It's just people going off in tangents, and I'm just there like, oh, you sons of bitches, we're here to play D&D, play D&D.
That is literally what our game was like when we had like all the like Garstang lot. It would just be everyone just talking about random shite, and yeah, I was one of them. So,
Just
but I think it was literally there was literally like 4 of us that were really like, we just want to play D&D.
Comfortable numbers, you say, huh, Megan? What the fuck is that about?
Megan is a
Hey.
strange breed. We love her.
Hey, numbers are comfortable.
Numbers. No.
what's your favourite number, Megan?
Oh, let's get into this.
oh,
I have a
oh
favourite
fuck!
number, but I
Oh,
still
God.
don't like them.
Have I started something?
Do you actually have a favourite number, Megan?
Yeah.
Like, they're so much.
They
better
don't
than
make any
words.
sense to me.
But they have perfect sense. Numbers have rules and regulations.
Have you
To be
been
fair-
playing the Have you been playing the Wordle with the numbers?
Yeah, of course I play Wordle. Of course I play
But-
Wordle. And I
Everyone at
enjoy
work
it.
plays
The
Wordle.
one with the
Oh my
numbers,
god,
though?
I love you
No,
idiots.
no, I'd be well into that.